Okay, here we are again at Stonehenge, or I should say Stonehenge is about 3 or 4 miles away.
Durrington.
And this is Durrington Walls, and I'm just going to put my finger out, there you go, around there, that area there. Because there is the actual walls itself. Believed to be, well, believed to be lots of things.
There's a settlement there.
But there was a settlement here. There were several...
Documented there was a settlement there.
Yeah,
so we know there was.
Several circles within this wall system. I must point out, literally just over there was Woodhenge, which we've just come from. Fascinating little site. So we thought we'd take the opportunity, Tina.
Very energetic.
Have a look and see what you might be able to come up with. It's totally unknown.
Well, there was a settlement there, so that's known. Okay, so
yeah.
And this was later. This was later than the builders of Woodhenge, anyway.
So you think this was built after?
Yeah, it was later.
You don't think there was a connection between the two?
Yeah, there was a connection, but what I mean is that was just later. That's all. People settled here after that was built.
Okay.
So I feel. Well, there was some sort of energetic circle there. They might have just put the wood in to show it up. I don't know, but it's definitely. And it doesn't feel the same here as it did over there.
Right.
The energy is not there like it is over there.
Yeah.
But so tuning in, I can't really. I'll have to walk.
Yeah, we'll walk around and just see what happens to come up. Because the thing with Woodhenge was that, although some archaeologists believe it may have had human occupation, there's not a great deal to substantiate that. So the chance of finding a spirit over there, somebody who's died, was quite low, because they simply didn't use that as a burial site. It was more of a site of healing. That's what you're feeling, wasn't it?
Well, that's what its purpose was to begin with. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
the purpose was. Tapping into the natural healing energies of the earth. And as we sat in the van right beside it, I felt the chakras all opening up, especially my solar plexus one. And
Yes.
this calmness washed over me. But as I've now moved away from there, sort of disappeared.
This should have a different feeling, as we believe
That's
that.
a different feeling because it's not, the energy is not the same. The energy is just not the same as what it was over there.
It is quite an impressive sight. If I just pan around here, hopefully you can see that with the camera, that how much it drops down and from the surrounding area. And that being the old road, it cuts right through it. But yeah, are you feeling anything then, Tina?
I just feel, I keep getting an image of a young boy actually, so
Okay.
I can't block him out any longer. And he was just walking down here and he had a hood over his face. You just see one eye and he was about 13 maybe younger.
What's he dressed like?
Sort of like skins, which are tied at the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of hoodie thing. And sort of like skin shoes, if you like.
Yeah.
Made out of skin or fur. Just walking solemnly down here.
Are you able to connect with him?
If you'd like to connect with me in this time and space, please do. I'm quite happy to help you in any way I can. Come in with your name or your name, please. Get like a palais.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm getting palais. Palais, yeah. Why are you still walking around this crowd then? There's an accident. That's why he's only showing me one eye and the rest is covered up.
Oh, right.
It's an accident. chopping a tree. He sort of like got in the way, and they sort of spun around and
That killed him.
shot axe head.
And who was it who was chopping the tree down there?
His
Was
father.
ooh. Ooh.
And that's why I couldn't see one eye because the rest was gone, you know?
Right.
He sort of died sort of straight away really, within a minute or two.
Yeah.
Because it went straight to his brain.
Okay.
But it was his fault, he got in the way. So the reason why he's wandering around is because he's stuck here in the energy because he thought he'd done such a bad thing because his father never forgive himself for killing his own son, you know.
Yeah.
So stuck in that energy, but his father's not here. I can't see him anyway. Just this young boy
Yeah.
called Palais. Palais, right?
Right.
Okay. And this has gone back a long way. It's gone back a long way, and I don't usually pick up that far back.
No.
It's hard to do that actually. But he's sort of wandering the ground. But he said this was all been wooded at the time.
So
A lot more woods, you know.
yeah.
Cutting trees for firewood. And to build a fire.
Did he live in this village?
Yes, he comes from around this. Yeah, yes, he does.
Inside here.
Yeah.
And what did it look like in his day?
Obviously, it looked like what the picture sort of like, put a lot of round houses and stuff. But there's a lot more trees as well. So there's trees even on the inside as well as the outside. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So clearance, they were clearing it as they went along.
And he would have known of Woodhenge.
Yes.
And what did that mean to him and his family?
Well, that's something like a sacred place, like a church, like we would think of a church, to praise and healing and all that. And there were healers there as well as the ground. There were people who could just touch you like that and they could heal you.
Yeah.
We call them the Lords.
Lords.
The Lords. Precious heart.
And did they live in that at Woodhenge, or did they live in?
No, they didn't live inside Woodhenge.
No.
They lived on buildings around it.
Okay.
Or maybe this side, but didn't live in. So I think maybe what else do you want me to ask him? But I think really get
I was going to ask, and what was the procedure about using Woodhenge then? I mean, if it was a sacred place, you just couldn't wander onto
there
it.
were days that were chosen that people could go on.
Right.
Okay, so it's like we got Beltane and all them Druid things. They were like that. You got events, they weren't just spring or summer. There'd be like equinoxes and any event in the sky would reflect unbeknownst to go in there because the energies were high and it could be healed.
Was it just used for healing, or was it used for worship, or?
It was used for healing. It was used to harvest the energies.
Yeah.
Harvest the energies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harvest the energy. Right. So that was a deeply significant place for them.
Yes.
Um,
And yes, there were celebrations. Yes, on these special times. They would all get together from far. All the villages and everything would come together, and they would celebrate and have roosters, pigs and stuff.
so that place was there before his village, or he was.
Yeah, before he was.
What about Stonehenge? Was he aware of Stonehenge?
Yes, of course he was aware of Stonehenge.
And what was that used for?
So they weren't a place that everyone was allowed to go to.
No.
No.
Did he go there?
No.
Did his father had been
Yeah,
there?
his parents had, but he weren't of age. He had to be a certain age.
Right.
That's what he's telling me anyway. I don't know why, but that's what he's telling me.
And what did his dad say about it then? What did his father say about Stonehenge?
He said you'll find out when it's your turn.
Wow. The other question that's springing into our heads is the cursor, the avenue at the cursor. Was he aware of that? That long 2 mile.
The avenue.
Yeah.
He called it the avenue. Yeah, they were aware of it, but they weren't very clear.
Right. That's what it might have been used for.
That was older.
Right.
I think even older than Woodhenge.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. told you,
yeah,
didn't
all
I?
right. It's hard to film you, Tina, when you're moving.
I had to stand there when I'm busy.
Right. What else can you tell us about the shipwreck then, Tina?
He was about 12, 13, skinny.
Do you have any brothers, sisters?
Bunch of children there, so the answer is yes. Yes, he did have brothers and sisters, yeah. He was the oldest.
Right.
And I think that father went up like that with the axe and it just took him.
Oh, so he was standing behind
Yeah.
his father.
And he went up to get, like the axe and it just caught him.
And what sort of axe was it?
I'm seeing stone actually, but
A stone axe. And his father was in deep remorse after having done this.
Yes. But his father, I can't see his father, if not, it came in with him. So that was just a young boy's energy, which is very strange to get someone that far back in history.
Yeah.
But he felt the guilt of not his father, getting in the way and his father to live with that guilt.
Yeah.
So he felt huge remorse, and that's why he's landlocked.
What tribe was he from? What was the name of the tribe that was here?
It's not giving me a name, hang on, I'm trying.
Yeah, that's all right.
Name of the tribe begin with. Just the people.
Okay.
Just the people. There weren't any there weren't like
Fair
food
enough.
and chat.
I
That
mean,
was
we
way
give
back,
people's
yeah.
names and things, but it doesn't mean to say everybody
No.
did it those days.
They were just people.
We call the beaker people because they put their graves goods in beakers. Had nothing to do with that race. But did they have an elder, like a person in charge?
They were the lords, yeah.
No, the Lord. These are the people who looked after the.
The lords.
Yeah.
They were all equal type people, but they had higher up, priests, like, if you like,
yeah.
like us in the church,
Yeah.
That was very similar thing.
And how many lords did they have when he was here, when he was alive?
Got 5, then I got 12. So
Right. Okay.
12.
12. Okay. That's
12
yeah.
lords and 5 higher lords.
So this would they have been a lot of people coming to Woodhenge?
On ceremonial, yes.
Right.
Ceremonial dates. Certain times of the year, times of the year, yes. And they would, worship. Worship was grand. And then they'd have like feast days
Yep.
where they would have a lot of people coming in from surrounding areas,
Yeah.
and they would all, celebrate this time of the year. Or you got Beltane, you got the old Druid thingy. Beltane, Samhain, can't remember the rest of them, sorry. Went down, Keith's got a camera on me. But I think I'd like to look at this boy go.
Yeah, I think you should then, Tina.
Okay, Palais. Are you ready to go? Would you like to join your parents? So I can't. Why can't you? Why can't you? You didn't do nothing wrong. He's been trying to find him. Okay, so this is going to be a bit difficult because it's the age, so far. Okay, I'll give it my best. Okay, is there a portal for this young man who really would like to rejoin his family? God. Yes, there's one right over there, which is where Woodhenge is, isn't it? Okay, so I'm looking around and they said no here. And there's a man, and he looks like a priest or a druid, and he's calling this boy forward.
Got a name for him, Tina?
No.
Okay.
This is all a bit too sacred ground and all that. This is a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to won't protect you from anything. What am I looking up? light has gone round him, wrapped round him. It's blue light this time.
Okay.
I've seen that before, so
No.
it's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. But there was his family, his mum and dad there, opening their arms. But there was this man who stood in front of him, and he was massive, like a. Well, he looked like a druid, but he was big. So perhaps he's one of these lords he was talking about. I don't know.
Go on.
Yeah, I've got a big smile like, oh, in the end.
Excellent.
All a bit hard and different. Like.
But then we're talking about a substantial time lapse between his death and where we are
Yeah.
today. You could go back without too much problem around 2,000 years you've been back, haven't you, Tina? But this is quite possibly a lot further back
That's just
than
what I
that.
saw. And I thought, be there, and I got it right
Straight
round
over
the
there,
hedges,
straight back
and I
on.
thought, ooh.
Yeah, Woodhenge, yeah.
And then this man came through and said he can come, like that.
Yeah,
And then I saw the blue light come down and wrap round. And then I saw his parents waiting for him. His dad was so happy.
yeah.
Okay, very, very happy. And then the young lad went up and he turned around and said thank you. And then the priest, druid, whatever he was, said thank you. And then
Wow.
it was closed up.
Wow. And quite a tragedy for that young
Yeah,
lad,
yeah.
and quite,
For the family.
and after all that time, Tina.
He just didn't want to move him because he thought he caused his dad a lot of grief.
Yes,
You know,
you felt guilty.
guilty, he carried a lot of guilt.
Wow. Yeah, but you can imagine that as well, can't
Yeah.
you?
Well, yeah, I would
In
do the
a
same,
way.
but- Oh, bless him.
Right.
So I've set my solar plexus a bit. I'll get back to Woodhenge where I've come.
All right, we'll call that it then for that one. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's
Well
it for
done.
today.
Yeah.